Hello again, I am Jim Bob, and welcome back to F1 Manager 24 My Team Career Mode, Creator Team Mode, whatever it's called. Tonight, it's round 11. We are fast approaching the halfway point of our season as we head to the Red Bull Ring, the Austrian Grand Prix. Right, it is the day of the Grand Prix. I believe we've got the most up-to-date parts we have on the car. Actually, I don't think we've got any more parts to come, have we? The underfloor won't be ready till Zandvoort. Let's check the warehouse. I've got one spare of each part. That's it. It's not a lot of parts. It really isn't. And not a lot of money either. Got quite a few parts at medium risk on car 1, part at high risk on car 2. Am I actually building anything at the moment? No, I'm not. I'm going to need another side pod. Can I afford to build one? No. Can I afford to build a front wing? Yes. Alright, let's build a front wing. That's it. That's all I can afford to build. Money is really, really tight right now. It's not good. Right, how is our car looking compared to the rest of the grid? Slow is the answer. Look how slow our top speed is compared to the average. Oh dear, that's just the average. We're not the slowest car. There is one car that is slower than us. I'm going to guess that's the Sauber. No, Sauber's actually quicker than us. Is it the Williams? No. Is it the Alpine? There we go. The Alpine is slower than us in terms of top speed. Not by a lot, but enough. We are slightly better in acceleration as well, although our DRS is not good. Our downforce isn't great either, as you can see. And this circuit does need pretty good speed. It certainly needs good DRS, because like half the track is DRS zones. So this could be a very painful weekend for us. I really don't know what to expect again. At least we don't have negative mentality with our drivers or staff at the moment. That is the one good thing. Everyone is just neutral at the moment. Let's see what targets it's recommending for us tonight. 18th, that's perhaps a little optimistic. I just don't know. Have we got pace for that? I'm going to go 18th and 20th. I think, no, let's go 18th and 18th. Let's gamble. Need to try and bring in as much money as we possibly can. So we'll keep our fingers crossed and see if we can somehow pull off a good result here tonight. Let's head to Austria.
Welcome along to the spectacular setting of Austria. Set in the Austrian mountains, the Red Bull Ring offers fantastic views and thrilling racing. Originally built in 1970, the circuit has been part of the F1 season in its current format since 2014. Our weekend action starts here.
So this is a sprint weekend, which means we've got one session to get the car set up ready for sprint qualifying. Then we've got the sprint itself, and then after that, if we need to make any changes, we can do for full qualifying. Saturday is going to be wet, so would be an interesting little monkey wrench. We're going to go with medium tyres for this first session. It's normally 23 laps of fuel for this circuit. Let's swap over some parts. How you doing, Army? How you doing, Dino and Daniel? Good to see you all. Really bad gearbox. That one's not got much left in it. Setup wise, I think I want to go with a 13.5. I'm going to go with let's go with something along those lines. Let's move over to Lawson's car. We want mediums on that one as well. Car parts, let's change out the engine. An old knackered gearbox. 23 laps. And let's go with slightly less front wing on this one. Let's go with a 4.5. Go with a 13. Go with a 3.7. Let's go with something like that. And we'll send them out. The car is bad. Yes, the car is very bad right now. Unfortunately, not going to get better anytime soon either.
Radio check.
Okay, copy.
Hello, mate. Can you hear me?
So just work on tires here.
Copy.
Speed them up a bit. See how we do.
I'm not fully ready, okay?
So Freddie Vesti and Schumacher are in the car tonight for Mercedes in first practice. Ajar is in the car for Red Bull. Iwasa's in the car. Chambers is in. Behrman's in for Ferrari. So again, we're seeing quite a few reserve drivers getting a run out.
Give me update info.
Feedback is bad. That's not good. All right, let's call it in.
Yeah, copy.
%. We'll let him continue the run. Where do we need to go? Oh, yes, very much. Too much on the front wing. Let's go to a 13 on the rear wing. That needs to go in the opposite direction. Let's go with a 2.8. Let's push that up to 0.85. We'll give that a go. We'll see how we get on with that.
Yeah, I have traffic.
while our cars are whizzing around, just updating the playlist. I actually have a second device I can use during the streams now. I picked up a tablet, just a cheap Galaxy A9 tablet, and it just means that I can see the comments a little bit easier because it's a slightly bigger screen instead of a 5-inch mobile or whatever it was on my phone, but a 9-inch tablet. So I can read the comments a little bit clearer, and now I can actually look up anything, information-wise, story-wise, if there's any news that needs to be digested as well, which is quite handy. So yeah, that's what my day's been. It's basically just configuring my tablet, watching a little bit of Rings of Power on Amazon, and just doing a little bit more stuff around the room. Nothing too exciting. There we go. Playlist finished. Let's just get Lawson into the pits. We'll send Porsche back out.
Yeah, okay, copy.
Suzuka, you need to warm up.
Copy.
And is that Hamilton behind us, or is that Russell? That's Russell. Alright, that isn't good enough, so let's push that up to a 2.8. Everything else looks pretty good. Don't think that's going to be enough. I'll pull that down to a 4 so that I can tweak that. Pull that back a touch. There we go, let's go with that. Fingers crossed those changes we made to Teo will get him a lot closer, because he was a long way off. Right, close to feedback with Porsche chair. Let's see, is that going to give me what I need? Or close to it? 78. No is the answer. We'll call him in.
No issues.
Okay, mate.
Get in.
Stop in our box. We're gonna stop in our box.
So that has to be a 1.9 then, I think. Let's pull that down. Let's try that. I'll get a little bit of time on track, but not much. Hopefully I can just get 1, maybe 2 bits of feedback from Teo. Probably only the 1. To let me know if I'm close or going in the right direction on those changes. The biggest one is going to be the roll bar. That's the one I want to get the feedback on. Because that could be a 1.9 or it could be a 3.7. And getting it wrong is a lot. So I didn't get the full feedback, did I? Oh, god damn, but we're not close at all. Oh, choices. I'm going to try that. I don't think I'm going to have a very strong...
Okay.
I don't think I'm going to have a very strong setup for the sprint, but hopefully we can nail it down enough so that when we get to main qualifying, we can at least try and, correct anything that's wrong. So we're going in blind with our setups, effectively.
Welcome everyone, qualifying for the sprint awaits us, and we're raring to get going.
It only gave me feedback on the rear wing, which was already fine. That's not helpful at all. All right, we'll go with the 74% engine, and I'm going to stick with that ERS for this race as well. We'll go with that gearbox. There we go. Medium tyres for sprint quali. Forgot about that. All right, let's send them out on those. Let's do 2 flying lap runs. Yeah, it's so much smoother when they do the weaving compared to the Vomit Comet that we had last season, there in last year's game. Yeah, we haven't really used this view much. Let's see what this track looks like with the gyro cam.
Clear ahead. Let's get going.
Got a bit of traffic in front. Okay, that one's out of the way. We've got another lap after this. Hey then, trucker. Yeah, third and fourth, which doesn't mean much because we're only into the third and fourth cars across the line. And I can't even see what the times are because we're doing another lap. So I have to do this. Yeah. 2.1 seconds slower. 2.2 seconds slower than Sights. About a second slower than Stroll. 0.8 for Lawson. At the very least, this is going to give Lawson a very good time. Is this still first season? Yes, it is. Round 11. Nope. Well, there goes the X. Oh no, wait. Porsche did pull over as well.
Good for me. Okay, let's go.
So yeah, this will be an excellent lap for Lawson. Traffic coming up. Gets out of the way nicely. What's... Oh, it's the ERS. ERS is overheating because I'm in the dirty air. Right, we are improving with both drivers. We're quicker than Zhou so far. There we go, Porsche not improving in the final sector, and nor did Lawson, but Lawson did get an overall improvement. I think that might be it. I might be able to do one more run. I don't know if I will get the enough performance out of the tyres to improve. But we'll give it a go. Your next race is Silverstone. That's where we're headed after here. After Austria, we head to Silverstone. So you're pretty much with just a race ahead of us at this stage. You had a wet race on this track. Well, we've got a wet sprint and a wet main qualifying, but the race itself is going to be dry. I've got a feeling that Red Bull's on a flying lap. Yep, pulled us out of the way. Pourchaire's away, so sorry, Lawson's away, so no slipstream for Pourchaire. Bugger. Well, he is improving in the first sector. Lawson isn't. I am not surprised by that. Lawson hasn't got a slipstream on this lap, whereas he did on the previous one. But hopefully, yeah, we can squeeze just a little bit more out of Teo here. Just get him in front of Sargent, maybe Ricardo as well. No improvement in the middle. Now we drop down to 18th. A little bit of a slipstream towards the line from the back of the Sauber there. And we did improve, but only back into 17th again. So Pourchaire is out.
Copy that.
Will Lawson make it through?
Copy.
I'm really curious to see how the AI is going to handle potential hold-ups around that corner now. And Lawson's out as well. So we're starting 17th and 19th, 18th and 19th as Ricardo gets himself up there. 18th and 19th. Oh dear. Let's see who puts it on pole. Will it be Max? Yes, of course. There we go. Max takes pole for the sprint ahead of Sainz. Then it's Norris and Perez, Piastri and Leclerc. So once again, it's Red Bull, McLaren and Ferrari taking the top 6 spots. Then it's the 2 Mercedes of Hamilton and Russell, and then Stroll and Alonso. And Stroll has been outperforming Alonso, at least in terms of qualifying, pretty much every Grand Prix so far. It's usually not by much, but Alonso has not been winning the head-to-head, at least in qualifying, with Stroll there.
Well, the excitement levels continue to rise here as the teams prepare for the sprint.
And of course, the big incentive here is getting a few extra points on the board, with the top finishers in the sprint set to add to their championship tally.
So who will reach the peak and who has a mountain to climb here at the Austrian Sprint?
Who indeed? Right. What is the weather going to do? It is going to rain. Let's take a little look-see. I think we might be looking maybe there. Soft will go the distance. So we're absolutely going to use those softs. There we go. And then we can absolutely hammer the intermediates. Okay, so now let me see if going with mediums and more aggressive is quicker. It's not. It's actually slightly slower. I didn't think it would be. And I've got softs I need to use up, so... we're at 95 and 94. That's not too bad, actually, considering we were kind of guessing a little bit. Let's try... Oh, no, I can't fix that until after the sprint. I can make a little adjustment here. Let's try pushing the front wing up. And we're going to go aggressive off the line. And let's see if we can get a good result here in the sprint. And a good result for us would be, I don't know, 15th. It's quite sad to say that, really. How you doing, Jacob? Let's send them to the track for the sprint.
Here in Austria, we're all ready to go for the sprint. And it's lights out, and away we go.
Ooh. Great, just broke a front wing. Stroll's out. Hamilton's out. What happened? Oh, Hamilton. Oh, yeah. Hamilton got pushed off wide, came back on, clipped Stroll, who then went into the Brussels. That was a bad one. Conditions on restart, heavy rain. I wonder if we're going to need full wets. I'm going to start us on the inters. Stroll's out, Hamilton's out. Russell will fix his damage. I'm not changing the wing on Porsche's car because I've only got one spare. I'm going to save that.
Let's get this sprint underway once more. It's lights out, and
Now
away
we've
we
got
go.
way too much fuel on board. No, it's just going to stay damp. Okay. Tyres will easily go the distance like this. Stroll's got a 10-second penalty for that.
Don't worry about that now. Give me no stress.
And there is Teo making a lunge. Can he complete the move? He's going to be on the outside line.
You're looking strong out there, mate. So let's try to do a best we can.
So, I think this is going to play out as it's going to in real life now, but there has been a thing in the rules that has been tightened up recently in the actual F1 rules, where penalties in sprints, you know, if a car retired and wasn't able to serve the penalty, then nothing happened. You know, they weren't carried over. So, for example, you know, normally if someone would have an incident in the sprint and pick up a 10-second penalty, which would translate to 3 places on the grid if it wasn't served because the car had retired. That would kind of just be lost to the ether and not actually get served. That has now been tightened up. So, that's a pretty recent thing as well. So, it'd be interesting to see whether or not the game is going to kind of carry Stroll's penalty over into sprint quali. Into main quali. And if he gets that penalty for causing that, picking up a 10-second penalty and not being able to serve it. I'm very curious about that. Will be interesting to see. We're currently 16th and 17th. Targets are 17th and 18th. Either way round. As long as we don't finish lower than 18th. With either car. Let's get some battery back into Lawson.
Copy.
I am a little concerned about running in the dirty air, overheating the car. I'm also concerned that was going to happen because we're sitting back and not attacking Porsche, because I don't want to cripple the confidence of both drivers. So Ricciardo gets through. No DRS because it is a wet race. I completely forgot about that, which is why harvesting is probably not the smartest idea. As Ocon squeezes his way through, and now we're in real sort of problem zones with Lawson because his confidence is almost completely gone. Already a very, very long way off the lead after just a couple of laps. We're 23.5 seconds off Verstappen. Oh, it's so depressing having a car that is just so slow. I genuinely think we might get fired at the end of the season. I've never ever been fired in F1 Manager, and I think we might possibly break that run in this season. Because I as things currently stand, I can't see us. We get squeezed again. I can't see us scoring enough points to secure ninth in the constructors, and I think that might kill us. Yellow flag for someone. Perez running wide. That does not help us.
Right, let's follow the action now at turn 7. Oh no! Wide they go! And they might want to take a look at the floor of the car there, because that won't do it any good.
Bet I can't wait for next season. Well, like I said, we might not be here next season. If we do get fired, I will probably restart a new career and take the lessons learned rather than going to a different team. Because we had a few disadvantages with this save file simply because we started it on launch week, so we had the finances bug. And I don't know if I actually picked all the potential sponsor options as well. So, yeah, if we do end up getting fired at the end of the season, then we'll probably just restart the whole series rather than moving to a different team and try again. Right, Porsche is holding off Ocon right now. Let me check tyres. Looks like some of the cars could be pushing a little bit harder than us. It might just be that because they're in dirty air, that they're overheating the tyres a little bit more. I don't know. Porsche is doing a good enough job at the moment, and we still don't know as well if our sponsor targets apply to both the sprint and the race, and they both have to be fulfilled or not. If I wasn't so desperate for cash, I would just sacrifice Lawson just to find out, but I really need the money, so I cannot take the risk of losing money if just for the sake of curiosity. As long as the board is happy with results, should be okay. Well, maybe not. I saw someone posting on Reddit earlier saying that despite the board being okay with results and everything, they finished 11th in the constructors. The target was 9th, and because they didn't get 9th, they got sacked. So I'm a little concerned that might be just waiting for us at the end of the season. I'm also not sure how good a season we're going to have next year either, because I don't think we're going to be able to afford much in the way of research this year. Is there an issue with Lawson's car? Not yet, but it is warning me that there is a chance of a fault developing. The ERS is overheating. So you can see I've got a high risk of developing a fault. You saw a YouTuber finish 11th and not get sacked. Okay. That's kind of cool. All right, let's try and punch our way past Joe. Come on, complete the move. Thank you. There we go. I have to say, it is kind of cool to see the dry line on the track in these wet sessions. Not a proper dry line as such, but you know, I mean, it looks a lot better than it did last year. Let's close up towards Ocon. Try and break away from Ocon as well. Oh, we've got a yellow flag. And everybody cuts the corner for some reason there. Somebody spun, apparently. Yeah, that was someone else. I've seen that before.
All right, so
no,
far.
it tells us we spun when it was actually someone else.
Oh, and around they spin. And you can't afford to do something like that when dealing with these sort of conditions. The team glued to the monitors, and what?
So Russell wasn't in a great position, and he is now behind us. And did we get credit for that? I think we might have done.
Let's take a closer look. Now here we are, tackling turn 3. The opportunity's there.
Yeah, he was on the track, so we should have got credit for that as an overtake. That's helped rebuild the confidence a bit more. 4 shares above his starting level, so yeah, it does look like it carried through. I've got a nice 2-second gap now as well between Porsche and Ocon. Closing in on the back of Magnussen. Russell's got to fight his way past Joe. He has some damage on his car. Let's see, is that underfloor maybe? Or is it an engine part? Where is Russell gone past him? There he is. So it's not powertrain damage, so it's maybe it's his wing. His wing looks okay. Must be his underfloor then. Maybe he's got underfloor damage from that little trip off the track there. Have we been caught, or do we? No, we got past Magnussen. Excellent.
Let's
Completely missed the fact that he caught him.
We're following the action through
There we go.
turn 5.
Dive bomb down the inside at turn 4.
And that sees them move to 15.
Russell's still stuck behind Joe. And I'm going to start pushing again because I want to see if I can get past Ocon now. That's Piastri ahead. No, it's not. It's Ricciardo. Yeah, 1.2. What? I am not Charles Leclerc. I'm 4.5 seconds behind Ricciardo. Evening, John. Right, will he go for the move? He's going to try and go around the outside. That's brave. Might get hung out to dry here. Oh, he's got it. Good lad. Lawson up into 17th place with the tiniest little bit of extra confidence. Ten laps to go. We've got another yellow flag. Oh no. Is that Porsche? No, it's not. It's Crash. Ooh,
Not
who's
entirely
crashed?
sure what happened, but it seems like it was Logan Sargent.
And that is in front of us. I think that's Ricardo and Sargent. Or is that Sonoda? It might be Sonoda, actually. No, it's Ricardo. Because that was us there. Just at the back of the screen. That might give us a chance to get past Sargent now. Checking tyre wear. Leclerc's developed a fault. That's an engine fault.
We have 9 laps.
And we are taking time out of Sargent. Let's see, does he have wing damage? I think he does. Yeah, he's missing the left end plate, I think. Or at least part of the end plate. Yeah, he's missing a chunk of it. He's dropping back from Ricardo. We are slowly closing him up. And George is still stuck behind Joe. Not too far away from Magnussen. Ocon's pushing to close back up on us. Would be nice to get past Magnussen as well. Let's see, 1:13.7. We took half a second out of Logan on that lap. New fastest lap for Lando Norris. It was originally for Piastri, and then Norris took it immediately off him. Tucked up right behind him in the slipstream. Let's go for it. Have we got enough to get him into turn 4? He's going to try and cover the inside. Are we going to try around the outside again? We are. And we make it. Oh, he spins in the background. Look at that, around the outside, and he just spins it.
Spun.
That takes a lot of pressure off. And we are now just 1.5 seconds behind Sargent. We're going to get Sargent as well. 14th and 16th. Maybe even 14th and 15th. We've still got enough time, I think, for Lawson to close that gap up. We've got a 4-second gap now to Ocon as well. You've created 2 teams, and on both, half of my season's money has been spent on development before you've even started developing anything. Not sure what you mean by that. Five laps to go. I'm going to try and push Porsche up now.
Copy.
Don't think Lawson's going to be able to catch Sargent. Well, he might be able to. Let's push the tyres. See if we can close up and then save the battery. We're not close enough to have a look. I think Sargent might be pushing this lap as well. We are still closing. If we've got enough battery left, we should get him on the next lap, I hope. Yeah, he did a 1:12.4 look, he was pushing.
Currently 3.7 gap. I know, man. Just keep it cool.
3.5 laps left. Can we get the run? No. Alright, so let's go into harvest mode.
Copy.
Lawson's not going to catch up, and we're being caught by Ocon as well. Ocon's having a bit of a push by the look of it. I would like to hang on to that little bit of battery that we've got. On 12.2 for Lawson. Hopefully he's out of
3 laps to go.
push now. We've got 3 laps left
Copy.
to get past him. Russell has finally got past Joe. But I don't think he's got enough time left to catch and pass Ocon. slowly starting to close that gap again. 113.7, 114.0, but we were harvesting.
2 more laps.
Copy that. Copy.
Ocon is about 2 seconds behind Lawson.
Copy. Copy.
So here we go then, our last lap attack.
Eyes forward. Last lap.
Copy.
We might get him on the run up to turn 3 here. Not quite. Can we get him into turn 4
Max
then?
Verstappen
This is our
over the
last
finish
opportunity.
line to win the sprint.
Well, our last real opportunity. We might still get lucky, but he's giving it everything he's got. We're going to keep the battery on full push. Four season allowances, 100. Yeah, that's the cost cap. But, you know, you don't start with full funding.
Just focus on.
You start with, you know, no prize money from the previous season. Whereas the other teams do have prize money because you're a brand new team. So you don't get that being drip fed in. Sargent's going to hold us off. Never mind. 15th and 16th is still good. I'm happy with 15th and 16th. Aided by Stroll and Hamilton, but that would have been 17th and 18th, which still would have been enough. Yeah, I mean, from what I've figured out so far, I mean, I haven't run a full season yet, but your season funding is based on, you know, how much money the board's going to give you over the season, plus whatever you can get from your sponsors. And in that first season, it's always going to be
Competition out there was certainly
way
tough
under.
today, and it leaves many
giving us-
coming away from the sprint
it's giving us the wrong
empty-handed.
They'll be
car
asking
livery there.
questions of themselves following that performance.
It's always going to give you less than the cost cap because you're never going to hit full funding. The best I've got on my various different saves is about 81 million. You know, so it's not that you've already spent half your cost cap. It's that, you know, you've spent some of your full season balance. You know, you're never going to have, you know, full cost cap funding in the first season.
Welcome everyone to qualifying. This should be a good one.
No surprise, Max
Goodwood's
won the
short
sprint.
track comes with 2 high-speed straights. It might be tempting to prioritize low downforce here, but teams risk losing time when cornering if they do.
Charles Leclerc has been a talking point for many of late. Karun, how do you think he's doing so far?
They were looking pretty sharp in practice and setting good lap times, so they're probably feeling fairly confident now. But a good practice time doesn't always guarantee a strong qualifying outcome.
So here we are, ready to resume.
We're going to have a dry quali. Got to change that front wing. There we go. That was my my one spare. That's why I didn't change it, just in case we damaged it even further. Wanted to make sure I'd have a front wing for the for quali in the race. I'm going to stick with the no, it's a long race. I'm going to switch to ERS now. I'm at 98%, so I've got to go 2%, and I don't know which way to go. going to go that way. Hope that that's correct. I was going to say, weren't we at 95%, but I changed the wing, and that fixed pretty much everything else. We're pretty close here as well. I'm going to try that. Yeah, we'll change the ERS. We'll go on to our second ERS for the season now. I'm now rethinking this. Yeah, I'm going to go with that instead. So yeah, touching on what I was saying earlier, I think at the end of the season, going into the following season, you should have more money available. You should have hopefully a higher team attractiveness for sponsors, a higher marketability rating, so you might get more money from your sponsors. Plus, you'll have some prize money. Even if you finish 11th, you'll get some prize money, which you'll then get drip fed to you throughout the season. And maybe the board will give you a little bit more money if you've had a good season, but probably not. But you should hopefully be able to achieve a little bit better funding for season 2 by purely of having prize money filtered in that you wouldn't have had the previous season. That said, you'll probably have to pay for your engines, so that might cancel out however much of your prize money.
Okay, copy.
So I'm just kind of speculating a little bit because, like I said, I haven't gone past like race 5 or race 6 with any of my other save files. I've been running the first few races over and over again on different files just to try out different starting setups. Just trying slightly different approaches in terms of like drivers and staff and seeing what makes a difference. But everybody's out. Does that mean the weather's going to change? It does. If I'd known that, I probably would have gone straight onto a second lap. Nice sprint result. Yeah, I mean, it got us what we needed, which was to finish with both cars in 18th or higher. It'd be nice to do the same again here, but it'll be a little bit tougher in this in the race, I think.
We'll be one at the moment.
Jacob says made it to season 2 and you get more money. Yeah, like I said, just getting to season 2, you'll get some prize money, even if you finish 11th. So that will add to your incoming finances for the following season. You should get better funding. Oh, slow lap for Max. Very slow lap for Max. Held up. Behind one of the RBs. Had to be Sonoda. Yeah, there we go. Held up behind Sonoda. Right, if we're quick, we can get straight out for another run.
Copy.
How you doing, Ruben? Are you feeling a bit under the weather, are you? Small price to pay for getting to watch the Grand Prix at Spa in the flesh. Might have gone just a touch too early here. Well, maybe not. We're going to get traffic, but we should have the track in the best condition. So we might actually get both cars through into the next session here.
And push.
Don't think we got held up. That's good, because that was always a real problem on the last version of the game. Yellow flag, someone's made a mistake. It's not Teo. Sergeant with a lockup. Speaking of Teo, a little hold up there. Lawson was clean through, but neither driver's improving. Track's still dry. Is that it? Am I not going to get through any better? Yeah, no improvement for either driver.
12.
Max is almost certainly going to improve.
Yeah, copy that.
Right on board with the Red Bull. We may yet play spoiler to a few of the cars behind us. Lawson diving out of the way of Max there, as does Teo. Ocon's improved. Lawson now just 1,000th away from being eliminated. Max goes top. It's going to start raining any moment. We haven't got the chance to go for another run. Hulkenberg improves, and that puts Lawson out. There's the rain.
Pit lane.
Can Porsche hang on? No improvements from Yuki. And Yuki's out. The only one who's actually still on a flying lap is Gasly, so we are through. Gasly does not improve. We are eliminated by less than 0.03 of a second. with Lawson, but we have got Porsche through to the next round. May as well speed time up now because the track's just going to get wetter as the session progresses. No one's going to improve. In fact, no one's going out again. Or are they just waiting? Is the AI finally cottoned on to the fact that they're not going to improve in wet conditions over dry and not bothering to go out? It looks like it. So, Lawson is out in Q1, along with Sonoda, Magnussen, Bottas, Sargent and Zhou. Let's not forget as well that there is a penalty for Stroll, so that is going to carry across into the main race. We're going to start on the inters, and we've gone the wrong way. Bugger! Made the car worse again. Ah, piss. I can't fix it. Ah, shit. I was 2% away from my maximum. And I didn't actually see... Oh, we're 91. I've gone the wrong way with Lawson as well. Ah, bugger. Bugger, bugger, bugger. Right. Let's go for 2 flying laps. From how much rain on track do I suggest going wets? What you mean, switching to wet tyres or switching from dries to inters? As far as going from dries to inters, it depends on the track. Depends on how quickly it's getting wet. If it's just slowly ticking up and the lap isn't ridiculously long like Spa, then you probably want to be in at around the 0.8 mark. Anything below 0.8 dries will probably go a little bit quicker. Anything above 0.8, the inters will probably have a little bit of an advantage. But like I said, if it's a situation of the track is getting wet quite quickly, it depends on how long the lap is and how quickly you can get around it as to when you come in. But you don't really want to be out there past 0.8 on slicks if you can avoid it. As far as going for full wets, there's a little bit more of a crossover on those. About 3.5, 3.5 upwards, I would say. Again, if you know that the track is going into full wet conditions, but if it's close, might be better to just tough it out on the inters, or if it's just going to keep fluctuating. Evening, Anthony. Right, so What was our first lap? A 1:11.0. It's not bad. No one else has gone out yet. I'm expecting most of the cars to come out in a few minutes. At the point when the track's going to be at its driest before it ramps back up again. Just trying to build the confidence up. There we go. Track is starting to dry up.
Copy.
Need to get out now. ASAP. Someone's made a mistake. Spin for Alex. Right, we're going to get in the way of a few people here. And then we're going to get a lot of people in our way. So, I'm going to take manual control to try and avoid that as much as possible.
Copy. Copy.
Try to get this tires up, okay?
Copy, copy.
Mistake for someone.
Here's the
It's
replay.
It's Albon again.
Right, so this was the fourth corner.
Jesus. So he spins
Struggling with the car.
on his
By
out
that
lap and then
point,
locks up on
it was
his
just too
flying
late.
lap. We've got the track at its driest. Everyone else has been on a track with a little bit more water on it than us. We've got a chance, maybe, to sneak through here. Well, maybe not. Let's just see how far off we are. Well, we are improving. Actually, our track time was set on a much wetter track than this, so yeah, we could actually get through here if we're really lucky. Ah, so close. Not enough. Have I got enough fuel for another lap? I don't think I do. I'm still improving. Don't think I've got the battery though. Really improve. give it a go. Not going to get a good exit after the final corners.
Copy.
Yeah, we didn't get the improvement. And I think we just ran out of fuel. Yeah, we did. We just ran out of fuel. And we've red flagged the session. Everyone else will get the chance to go for one more lap. There's enough time left for everyone to go out again. But we're out. We did the best we could. Can we hang on to 12th? My pad just locked up. No, hang on. Try turning it off. There we go. Let's pause it and turn the mouse on. Actually, it's my dongle in the mouse. It is. I need to turn the pad back on again just to get back into the game screen. There we go. Yeah, there we go. So, we're looking at Hulkenberg. He's not improving. There's Ocon. There's Gasly. Where's Albon? Albon's in the pits. All right, Gasly's not improving. Can you play the game with mouse and keyboard? Yes. I don't have a working keyboard, but I've got a working mouse. Gasly does not improve. Ocon's not improving. And we have got through into 12th place. Very nice. Perez puts it on pole. Max only 4th. Stroll all the way up in 3rd, but has got at least a 3-place penalty. So that will drop him down to 6th. Am I near my phone? I am. Checking my notifications. Thank you very much. I do appreciate that, Trucker. That is very generous of you.
Here among the mountains in Austria, the teams are preparing for the 71 laps of today's race.
4 years on from the circuit being renamed to the Red Bull Ring, Max Verstappen became the first driver to bring an eponymous car to victory here in 2018.
Spielberg's challenges are all about overtaking. The DRS zones here mean passing is very possible, especially if your tyres are in a better condition than the next cars. But get caught out having to manage less than fresh tyres? You could be a sitting duck. Here we are, folks. We're back for another day of scintillating F1 action. It's race day.
All right, the pad is still not working, so I'm going to have to save. And now load. And there we go. Pad is working again, so I can turn the mouse off now. There we go. So we need to finish in 18th or higher with both cars to get our payout. And this is very much not a race where softs are going to help us. It does look like it's going to be a medium, hard, medium. Or maybe... maybe a soft, hard, hard. Let's have a look at that. Or even a soft, hard, medium. Looking at the early stop. That is a little tight, isn't it? Okay, so that is slower than the medium, hard, hard. Only by 2 seconds. That is the quickest. So we'll go with that with Teo. Why is Lawson going with that? That is the same as that. Yeah, I'm going to go with that with Lawson. Right. Can I do any tweaking? Not really with that setup. I can with... go. Can with this one potentially. That should give me a little bit of an improvement, I hope. I'm going to take 3 laps of fuel out. Because I know I'm going to get lapped at least twice. And we may well get a safety car as well. So let's see what we can do as we send them to the grid for the Austrian Grand Prix.
Well then, it's not long until we get started here, and we should be in for a tightly contested race. Time for Oscar Piastri to show what he can do.
Starting P5 gives them a great position off the line. If they manage the race right, well, it could get even better.
Here we go. It's time to go racing. The crowd are ready, the cars are ready. It's the Austrian Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go.
All right, let's see how we can do on the opening laps. See how many places we lose. Hulkenberg gets through. Oh, big crash. That's Piastri and Alonso, and we are just outside
We've
the
got a
points.
yellow flag here.
Oh, I don't think we're going to stay there, but... Oh, that was Piastri just turning in, and Alonso taking him out. It was
It's
inevitable.
not going the way the team had hoped today.
I would have to say that's probably Piastri's fault. Getting a nosebleed all the way up here in 11th place. Let's take a look at potential damage. Oh, big chunk missing out of Oscar's rear wing. That's not going to do him any favours. Front wing looks okay. Alonso, let's have a look.
Here it is enabled.
He's got a little bit of front wing damage, and obviously tyre damage has definitely occurred for Oscar. His tyres are absolutely destroyed. Come on, pal. There we go. So, yeah, a tiny bit of damage to Alonso's tyres, massive damage to Piastri's tyres. Lawson moves up. th and 12th. Call Mountain Rescue, because I haven't been this high before. I'm worried I'm going to get lost. Get the St. Bernard out with the barrel of brandy.
Copy. Copy.
Copy.
God, could we get points tonight? It's going to be a hell of a job to keep everyone behind us. Despite the wing damage, Piastri has caught back up to the field. Well, he's caught up to the back of the field.
Copy, copy.
And one thing I have been pleased to see is that when you come to circuits like this, soft tyres are a lot less relevant. You could do a soft, medium, soft on this race last year. You could one-stop it, just go medium, hard. You can't now. Tyre wear just isn't there. Now, that will possibly improve as the seasons roll on and we start getting higher values in tyre preservation / brake cooling, and our driver smoothness ratings improve. But it's a definite two-stop with like mediums and hards being, needed in all stints. Or, in the case of Lawson, soft, hard. That's unheard of. in these games up until this point. So that's really encouraging to see that hard tyres are becoming more relevant in the game, because they really weren't in the first two, and they used predominantly in every Grand Prix by the teams.
Copy.
So it's really nice to see them
Copy.
taking more of an active role in race strategy this year, and not just being the tyre that everyone ignores and just goes straight to softs and mediums. Although, with the hard tyres, you do need to be mindful of temperatures, like track temperatures, because if it's a cool circuit, there's every chance that you'll struggle to keep the temperature in the tyres.
Copy.
I was blitzing around Suzuka with my BMW team earlier, and the tyres just kept dropping below into the blue range, because it was just not warm enough, and I wasn't generating enough temperature to keep the tyres in the right window, so I had to keep pushing them every now and again to get them back into the right range. No, we might get overtaken here.
Okay, copy. Good.
Who got the DRS? Oh, that motion blur is horrible, isn't it?
Focus on yourself.
No, look at this. Getting sandwiched. And that's just ruined Porsche's confidence. Can he go around the outside though? No, can't quite hold it. Lawson is at risk from Ocon, that's why I'm sprinting him. Alright, Gasly didn't get the DRS, I don't think. No, he didn't. Look how quickly we're closing in on him. Or did he? I don't know, actually. Yeah, should have seen that coming. Mind you, we're up against soft tyres on that Alpine, so it's not that surprising. Lawson did get overtaken by Ocon, and now Tsunoda's gone through as well. So down to 13th and 15th. Piastri has stopped already.
Copy.
He's gone onto hard tyres. Yeah, everyone's just pushing their tyres at the moment, I think. Or are they? I don't know, it's hard to tell. Maybe we're just not good enough. Oh, mechanical fault for
Yeah,
Yuki.
right. It certainly looks like they've developed a...
No idea what it is yet. We'll have to wait till he completes the lap and then check the data tracker. Yeah, Lawson's confidence has definitely taken a hit as well, hasn't it? And at risk of getting dropped. Now Porsche is probably going to get overtaken as well. Or maybe not. We've managed to box him out. But he'll have another run at us here. And he got through. There goes the confidence again.
You can do, mate.
This is the downside of starting higher up the grid, is that, you know, when the rest of the team starts to push and you haven't really got anything to respond with, you just bleed that confidence. So now we'll just try and tuck in behind Albon and get these batteries recharged. Alonso's past Show. Closing in on Magnussen. And Sargent. And he's got past Magnussen. Bottas is catching us as well. I think I might need to swap them round again in a moment.
Okay, copy.
Awesome. Stay with him. Stay with him.
Struggling a little bit with the fronts.
Oh man, I got dropped again, didn't I?
Copy that, copy.
Ah, damn it. Right, so Alonso is now clear of Magnussen, Joe and Sargent. Albon's pushing to try and close up to the cars in front of him, making it harder for us to close up to him. We just missed the DRS, I think. Maybe we got lucky. No, we got it. We just got it. Try and punch our
Okay,
way
we need to
through.
push a bit more.
easily through there. And Lawson having a look at Valtteri.
Keep doing what you were doing. You're doing a great job.
Gets back in front of him. Can I stay in front though? That is the question. Teo has managed to get onto Gasly.
Easy, mate, easy.
Copy.
I've almost broken Albon, which should make it a little easier for Lawson to get onto him. Porsche screams past one Alpine and then gets boxed in behind the other one. Can we complete the move?
Good job, mate.
We can, and then we're kind of stuck again. We'll go into harvest mode now. And Lawson, having run out of battery, has just about caught up to Albon. Strolls into the pits. And he's going onto hard tyres. He's going to come up behind us and attack us, which is not ideal. At least not for Porsche. Lawson's going to be boxing in the next lap or two anyway.
Copy, copy.
Valtteri squeezes through again.
We can recover it, okay?
Oh, chat is still not working properly. It's playing up on this as well, on the tablet. Missing a whole chunk of messages here. How did I get those emblems on PS5? What you mean for the team? I designed them myself in the team emblem editor. The rest of them are just normal sponsors. Right, so I've got Alonso behind me. Can I hold Alonso off? Oh, he might have just given me... Oh, I had to take a bit of a swerve there to avoid... Did we get the DRS? We did.
Yeah, mate, no stress.
And we're boxing on the next lap. Took me hours to do the yeah, it took about an hour to do the Goodwood emblem. Some of them take a while, some of them are relatively straightforward. And that was the first one I created as well, so that was me still getting used to the tool. Other ones have been a lot quicker to make. The BMW one took me maybe about 15 minutes. Right, Ocon is boxed. Piastri's now developed a fault, no surprise there. We are boxing Lawson at the end of the lap. We're going to lose out to Stroll here.
Copy boxed.
Gasly's going to be boxing soon. Albon's going to box this lap, so I cannot afford to let him get through, because I won't be able to overtake him. The Honda one took me like 2 minutes to make. It was nice and easy. The Bentley one took Probably about half an hour, 3/4 of an hour, because I was trying to add more detail into it once I'd created the basic bones of it, and just messing around with different things, seeing if I could get it looking better than it was, and I couldn't really improve on it too much, so I undid some stuff and went back to what I'd kind of settled on. With less fuel, should I be faster? Well, yeah, theoretically, but confidence affects pace more than anything else. And when you're constantly getting overtaken and losing confidence, that hurts you really badly. Running an Andretti save, finally got Logan and Pato both into Q2. Congrats, Jacob. Zeus is here. Evening, Mike. Did we just get lapped? Oh, God, we got lapped. That did not take long. Right, I'm in front of Gasly. Getting close to the pit window. Push the tyres now.
So let's pick up the pit.
And Gasly's into the pits. Right, so now that the Ferrari has gone through, can I get onto the back of him? Norris closing in next. Sainz is boxed, so no, it's the answer. But we'll push anyway. We've got a chance to get past a couple of cars again. Stroll gets past Porsche. We've got out in front of a couple of cars there, Joe and Magnussen. Currently 6 seconds behind Gasly. That's not so good. Whole bunch of cars boxing now. I'm going to box on the next lap for Porsche. Right, so we will get back out in front of Alonso. He is just returning onto the track. 4 seconds the gap. Is this creative team mode the hardest I've done? Yes, it is. Comfortably so. Because of the lack of funding, the fact that we were getting hammered, and kind of still are getting hammered with over-the-top wages for some staff members, and just trying to figure out the changes that they've made. So yeah, absolutely, this has been the hardest start to a season that I've ever had. I say I have learned a lot from this playthrough, plus the ones I've been messing around with in the background to figure things out.
Floor bell, come on, let's push. Box.
Copy, box.
Right, so I'm currently just ahead of Porsche. Just ahead of Sonoda. He's pushing hard. we're going to be boxing, so we shouldn't get overtaken by him. There we go, into the pits. I didn't see how quick our stop was with Lawson. Wasn't paying attention. Let's see how good Pourchaire's stop's going to be. Boxing 1 lap earlier than planned. 2.8. Yeah, not great. Do I get tempted to take it off hard mode? No. No. It needs to be on hard mode. It needs to be a challenge. I've stunk thousands of hours into the previous 2 versions of the game. So at this point, you know, playing on normal is playing on very easy, effectively. Right, let's get these tyres up to temperature.
So get these tires back up to 10.
A little bit of confidence in Pourchaire. Got practically nothing in Liam right now. And I've got Alonso closing in very fast indeed.
Not need to overpush it.
Copy.
Trying to get Lawson into DRS range. Give him a little bit of protection from Alonso behind, and also an opportunity to get the battery recharged.
Copy.
As things currently stand, this is enough for the sponsors, 17th and 18th, but I want better, if at all possible. We are a little out of sequence with some of the other cars. You can see Piastri is very much out of sequence thanks to his very early stop. And we have got better tyres than a good chunk of the cars in front of us. Not too far off them pace-wise. What made me go with white and purple? Well, it's white, purple, and I don't want to say gold. It's kind of a sort of an orangey yellow kind of colour. It's based on the classic silk cut livery that Jaguar used to run in Le Mans racing, endurance racing back in the 80s and 90s. Evening, Wayne. Still haven't got these tyres up to temperature. And that might hurt me here.
Try to get these tires up, okay?
With a yellow flag.
Make your car hold.
Oh, yeah. He just pushed his way through there. Sargent running wide.
Now this was the 7th corner. Oh, we've seen a few go off the track there. They've got to be careful and watch the car there.
Is the game worth getting? Oh, yes. Absolutely. It does have bugs. These games always do at launch, unfortunately. Well, pretty much every game these days has bugs at launch. There is still stuff that needs to be ironed out. And I'd like to see a little bit of refinement in a couple of places as well. With a patch at some point, but we'll see how that goes. but it's a big improvement on the previous
We need the
installment.
tires for wrong.
Copy, copy.
Come on.
Right, can I stay with Alonso? Helicam is something I've run an entire race in the Helicam, you know, in my own time. It is a really good. It is a really good camera. Alonso's just a little bit too quick for us. He's on mediums, no wonder. Right, let's see. Piastri's doing 110s. Gasly, Bottas, Albon doing 111s. What's our pace without battery or tyre push? Won't know until the next lap. Let's see what Lawson does across the line. 112, but he's been lapped by a Ferrari.
Copy that.
Let me get through this lap without being lapped, please. Just want to see what my pace is. If my previous saves on hard mode were anything to go by, you reckon I'll be fighting for third or fourth in the Constructors next season? Not a chance. Not a chance. Did a 110.8. That's not great. We've got a yellow flag. Is that another lock-up or someone running wide? Russell.
Let's have a look then at turn 6. And that's where they slightly run
into
off
the
the
gravel.
track. Perhaps a little lapse in concentration.
Right, Piastri is definitely in trouble. He is falling back into our clutches. That will get us back into 17th, and then eventually when Lawson gets him 18th. Oh God, that confidence is a real killer. Just not getting close enough to anyone to get overtakes and gain confidence, and even when I am, I'm not gaining anywhere near enough. So back to being a lap down again. is Piastri. That big hole in his rear wing stopping him from getting DRS, which is such a big disadvantage on a circuit like this. Say literally the first half of the circuit is just pure DRS zones. There we go, moving back up to 17th.
Good job, mate.
New personal best middle sector for Porsche. Still a way off getting onto medium confidence though.
Copy, copy.
Had a very good lap there, 108.5. Almost in range of Valtteri. And there we go, back into the fight. Another yellow flag. Another crash. That is
Now it looks to be
Sargent.
Lewis Hamilton involved in that.
Oh God, yeah, Sargent getting really out of sorts there, trying to get out of the way.
I've been hit.
Oh, Sargent's got a puncture as well. Yeah, his tyre just popped on the approach to turn 4. And that is Norris right behind us, not Piastri. So we pull over to let Norris through. And then we're going to go on the attack a little
Try to
bit.
pick up a bit more pace.
A, to get away from Piastri, and B, try and capitalise on Norris pushing through the field. Coming up to half distance. Couple of laps to go. Sargent has wing damage as well. Can we get the pair of these guys here? Get Joe. Now we've got DRS, and we'll get straight past Gasly as well. And that's 15th place with Porsche.
Copy.
Very nice. Lawson, unfortunately, just not catching at the moment. About to get lapped again. Another yellow flag. That's Ocon and Alonso.
Just keep an eye for track.
Just saw, just saw the edge of that.
Possibly Ocon's part of that. So let's take a look at the replay.
Ocon going after a former teammate of his. Oh, straight up the inside.
The cars, inevitable, and they'll have to pick themselves
That
up.
was shades of Rosberg and Hamilton, shades of Coulthard and Hakkinen. But what it has done is put Lawson up into 17th place.
Now this was at turn 3. They decide to give it a go, and I wonder now if they can capitalise on this.
Beautiful. 2 places gained. Didn't get much in the way of overtake credit for it, but it did count for something. So Ocon now has a penalty. That'll be 10 seconds. Oh, 5 seconds. 5 seconds added to his stop. Now we're going to get a lap on Sargent here. Who, for some reason, doesn't want to move out of the way. He obviously thinks he's quick enough at the moment. Oh yeah, he's on brand new tyres. He's going to try and defy the blue flags. Oh no, I'm looking at Porsche, not Sargent. This is Porsche on Albon.
Okay, copy.
Alright, what's Albon's tyres like? Yeah, that's fine. We can sit and harvest behind him for a couple of laps. Right, let's go back and see what my fuel situation is like. Do I prefer cauliflower or broccoli? That's a random question. Fine with both. Don't have a particular favourite out of those two.
Copy.
Alright, we're about to get lapped by Perez? Yeah, Perez. Another yellow flag, my God. And we've got a VSC. Aha. Okay. I wonder. I've got a couple of options here. I can do a could do that. Or it's a little risky. Or I can do that. Let's see. That's quicker. And what do I do for share? Do I not have another set of hearts? Thought I did. Oh, I do. Yeah, weird. Evening, Daniel. Why won't it let me see? That's 1.4 kilos for a lap. That's what I was needing to check. Let me catch back up. Let's go ahead and box as well. So we are boxing this lap, and we're going to refill the battery. There we go.
Copy.
How's the car? Not great. We've just been able to bypass a lot of drama. So there we go. That's the reason for it, for the VSC. That's the final turn. Sergeant going out on that corner. Everyone's diving into the pits. I bet they're all going onto hard tyres. Yeah. Bottas, Piastri, brand new hards. Alonso's just stopped by the look of it. Leclerc's gone hard tyres. Ricciardo. Issue in the pits for Yuki. Can't get the tyre seated. There we go. So yeah, everyone's going onto a brand new set of hard tyres. I got more than enough of a gap to double stop my cars and not even run into any kind of risk here. So that's Perez pulling into the box. Got Gasly boxing behind us. Lawson now into the pit lane as well. .6, that's a decent stop. And another 2.6. I don't think either of those are going to be good enough to get us into the top 10. Joe hasn't stopped, which to me suggests he doesn't have another set of hard tyres. which means you'll have to stretch that stint out a little bit longer and then go with mediums. Ocon has gone hard, has gone softs. Interesting. So he's definitely going to have to stop again. Albon's going to have to stop again. Russell hasn't stopped yet, so that means he probably hasn't got another set of hards either. Stroll hasn't stopped. There's a few cars that are going to be on an interesting strategy. It's about 1.4 kilos for a lap of fuel, so we're almost fuel positive now because we have been lapped.
VFD is ending.
Copy, copy. Copy. Copy.
Alright, so we are
Good job.
still a little bit of a way off of the back of Piastri. Porsche immediately goes straight past Joe.
Look here. Now we're watching the action closely here. Can they
We've
squeeze
got the
by?
DRS, so we're going to stay nice and tight to to Perez for a little bit longer.
Copy. Copy that.
When do I think I'll start on next year's car? I haven't even got enough money to work on this year's car, let alone next year's car. Alright, we're just going to get blue flagged into oblivion here, so I may as well let George and Ricardo through as quickly as I can. There we go. And we'll get some DRS now off the back of Ricardo. Look how far we've lost ground to Oscar there. We've lost 6 seconds.
Temperature's looking stable.
Right, Albon boxes. I have broken away
Copy,
from
copy.
Joe, and I've managed to stay just about tucked up on the back of Perez as well. So I'm getting to the lap a little bit quicker here. Albon's in. There's still another stop needed for Sainz, but he's not going to be a factor. Russell needs to box. I don't think he's going to be a factor. Stroll might need to box, and the way cars have been hitting each other, it's not impossible that we might see another couple of collisions or so. Points are not entirely out of the question here. But even finishing 12th might not be good enough. We can finish in 11th. That should hopefully move us back above Sauber. And George is into the pits. It's a nice, clean, tidy stop there for Mercedes. Stroll is overtaken by Lewis. And we've finally been dropped. Not surprising. Held on to the back of Perez for as long as I could there. Managed to lap with a nice little bit of extra speed for a couple of laps. It's not going to be an amazing race for Lawson. I think 17th might be the absolute best we can do with him. Who knows what's going to happen with Porsche? Gasly's on a bit of a push at the moment, though. Joe is just dropping backwards right now. Very slow last lap. Oh, he got lapped, that's why. He's still yet to stop. We've actually got an opportunity here. Try and get past him. He's a little far ahead. He's probably going to box this lap. I don't think we're going to catch him. When does F1 return for the second half of the season? Another couple of weeks yet. If he does stay out, I'll have the DRS. No, he's boxed. But that has put us into 17th. A 104.4. That is much faster. That's 5 seconds. That's over 5 seconds faster than Porsche just went. Now I've got Leclerc coming up behind me now. Do I think we'll get any more new winners for the second half of the season? Probably not.
Copy.
I don't think Perez is likely to win a race this season. Max, Norris, Sainz, Leclerc, Hamilton, Russell, Piastri. They're the 7 winners we've had so far. I don't think there's anyone else likely to... add themselves to that list. none of the other cars have enough real pace. Speaking of pace, Oscars has picked up. He's punching his way back up the field again.
Copy, copy.
Don't go crazy in the rear.
And Stroll finally drives into the pits. And he's going to immediately get pulled over for Sainz. So everybody up to and including George Russell has been lapped so far. There's only 7 cars on the lead lap. Hamilton isn't that far away from getting lapped. He's only a couple of seconds ahead of Verstappen on track. When do I think Max will win his 4th title? Probably this season. Unless Red Bull really completely fall apart in the second half of the season, I think Max will still win the title. I think there's a very real chance that McLaren might take the Constructors' title this year, though. And then next season could be Norris's year.
Copy, copy. Copy.
I think some of these hard tyre runners are going to box again. And I'm starting to wonder whether I should do the same. My headset just disconnected. Hold on. There we go. So It says it's slower. I don't know. Porsche has closed the gap. Piastri has closed the gap. Does not have DRS, so I'm going to worry about a DRS overtake. But he's definitely getting closer. Like the rest of the field. Yeah, Ocon's boxed. He was on softs, so that was inevitable. He was always going to have to stop again. He's going mediums to the end.
Copy.
Keep an eye on this fight here. We're vulnerable because we are saving tyres.
We are P12. In 2 seconds gap.
You've taken your tyres down to 30%. You get nervous when you see 30 there. Yeah, as soon as you go below 30%, you're into the danger zone. You know, you risk a puncture. You could go all the way down to 1%, cross the line on just 1% left and be fine. You'd be slow, but you'd be fine. But you could hit 29% and puncture instantly. You know, it's random. And of course, if you collide with someone when your tyres are in bad shape, like we saw with Sargent, that's almost certainly going to lead to a puncture. Hamilton and Russell are swapping places. They have both been lapped now. Ricciardo is now the last car on the lead lap. Only 6 cars on the lead lap. And I think Lawson is about to get lapped for the second time. Yep. Piastri's got through. Interesting. We've got DRS. He doesn't, so we should be able to stay with him. I'm happy to just sit behind him for a bit. Lawson's confidence is recovering. He is, I think, slowly closing in on Valtteri. Might be able to get him higher than 17th at this rate. Depends how much time we lose to blue flags. we're about to get, as I say, lapped again by Verstappen. There he is. Oh wow, Piastri's pushing. Alright. Let's go after him again.
I think we need to start getting a little bit quicker.
Copy.
We'll get out of Max's way. We'll stay in harvest mode until the the Mercedes cars are through, and then we'll push again.
Copy.
Closing back in on the back of Piastri.
Copy.
And I stay on the back of Hamilton.
Copy.
And I'll get my tyres back into the temperature window. Running in the dirty air.
Copy.
I think I've been dropped already. Yeah, I have. Never mind. So Piastri's confidence has obviously recovered because his pace is strong again. Even with battery, we're only just closing back in again.
Copy.
I have to just stay
Copy,
in
copy.
pop up, I think. Otherwise, he's probably going to drop me again.
Copy.
And now Joe, Bottas now has the DRS that I was hoping to keep hold of while I'm splurging the battery. Alright, take it easy, truck. And once again, thank you very much. Oh, fault for Sonoda. He's too far ahead to really be of any help to us, I think.
Copy.
We slipped out of range again. Struggling to stay with Piastri here.
Stay focused.
Copy.
Right, are we closing in on Gasly? We are. About half a second a lap. Bottas can stay on the back of Hamilton like this, and we can stay on the back of Bottas.
Copy.
Oh yeah, there's Gasly getting pulled over for the blue flags on George. Now Lewis has gone through. And now we need to push.
Copy.
Copy.
Gasly is slowly dragging me onto the back of Hulkenberg as well. But I don't think I've got enough time for that.
So let's try to do a Belgian cannon.
Copy, copy.
Ah, Valtteri didn't get the battery, the DRS, but he will now on the exit of turn 1. But we're using battery. Can we punch through? Oh, a little bit of a weird glitch there as he tries to punch into the middle of us and we just push him off the track. And then up the inside of Gasly, and we're in 15th place. And I am still just barely hanging on to Oscar. That's Max closing in on the back of us. Has he lapped anyone else yet? He hasn't lapped Ricciardo yet. Ricciardo's just in front of us. He's halfway down the run to turn 4. Haven't quite broken away from Gasly yet. Might just be able to do it here.
Copy.
Yeah, there we go. We've got him. Right. Albon's doing 109s. And his tyres are about the same as ours. But our confidence should be looking nice now. Yeah, pretty good. Gas is closing back in again. Oh, he's just been lapped by the Ferrari. Now we're about to get lapped by the Ferrari. Let's harvest the battery again.
Copy that.
And again, Porsche has dropped me. So Piastri's dropped me. I can't stay with him. He's too quick. He's just too damn quick. Oh, we lose ground at the worst possible place. Norris is coming through as well, though.
Struggling a little bit with the fronts.
Albon's about to get 2 Mercedes and a Ferrari hunting him down. We might yet get Albon with Lawson here, which I did not think would be possible. And there is Gasly back in range. Battery develops a fault.
Copy.
Yeah, look at that. I'm now 5 seconds behind. Max has gone through and lapped me another time. So I'm 2 laps down, so I've got fuel to burn. So let's start burning it.
Copy, copy.
And we'll switch our focus back to Lawson. Because we have to go after Albon. It's a big gap at the moment, but as I say, there's 2 Mercedes close behind him, and then a Ferrari, and then a McLaren, and then us. And we're both Me and Gasly are both about to get lapped by, I think, Yuki. Yeah, Yuki. Yuki goes through on Gasly. Laps are ticking down. And we actually managed to pull over in a really beneficial spot. So we don't really lose much in the way of time to Gasly there, which is good.
Copy.
Try and re-establish that gap again. Let's see, where is Albon? There he is, and you can see there are the two Mercedes of Russell and Hamilton. And the Ferrari is closing in as well. Hopefully he's going to lose a big chunk of time lifting in an awkward spot.
Copy box.
Same fuel.
Copy.
And now the Ferrari's going to get him as well. That's unfortunate that he's managed to get through, get all three of them through without losing that much time. That's probably just stopped us from actually catching and passing him.
Copy.
Still the McLaren of Norris to catch him, but he's going to hang on to the back of Leclerc for a moment. Or is that, no, it's Sainz, not Leclerc. Piastri has developed a fault. I thought Piastri already had a fault, or has he developed another one? Oh no, he didn't have a fault. He just had. Hang on. Am I looking at the right thing? Oh, he had a fault earlier, and it cleared. That will be another reason why his pace picked up. Right, he's about to cross the line. He has crossed the line. So what's the new fault? It's his ERS again.
6 laps to go.
Copy.
Okay, copy.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to catch Albon, unfortunately. I mean, there's two cars behind, behind him, between us, that are coming up to lap him, but I don't think he's going to lose that much time, unfortunately. But hey, 13th and 15th. That is an awesome result. We've only got 3.5 laps to go.
Copy.
So at the moment, 4 laps to go after this.
Okay, copy.
Albon is about to be lapped by Norris. And that does cost him a big amount of time. So the gap's down to 6.5 seconds, but it's still a long way ahead, unfortunately. Ricciardo's still the last car on the lead lap, and he's about to get lapped. There we go. Ricciardo is a lap down. No one else is going to get lapped now. Leclerc is too far ahead. And once again, it's too big a gap. Look, I mean, he's still got Tsunoda closing in behind, but I just don't think we're going to catch him.
Copy. Copy that.
Give it everything I've got left. I mean, the gap's 8 seconds.
Copy.
We're not going to retake 10th in the constructors, I don't think.
Copy.
And we were just a long way off getting points tonight, even with all the help from everyone else. I mean, we're 5 seconds behind Piastri, make that 14 behind Hulkenberg, and then 42 seconds behind Stroll. So, yeah. That's it.
Max Verstappen over the finish line.
Another
and
race
today's
victory
winner.
for Max. That is 9 wins from 11 races now. Yeah, title is his. Absolutely his. A comfortable victory as well. 17.5 seconds ahead of Sainz. Porsche will bring it home in 13th place. That's an excellent result for us. Hopefully that'll add a little bit of improved confidence and morale in the mentality hub for the team. Lawson will bring it home in 15th in the end. I was 10 seconds behind Albon. Got pipped at the line there by Perez again, which cost me more time, but way ahead of our predicted finish, and I'm so glad I gambled on the maximum potential reward. So we'll make about 715,000 tonight, in that ballpark, 711, something like that.
Great drive today from Max Verstappen.
Incredible. That was a really well-deserved win. They got their race strategy absolutely spot on.
And you love to see this. The whole team celebrating this magnificent result. And no doubt, Verstappen fans will be celebrating the Dutchman's achievement.
That's their 9th win of the season. I expect them to be showered with plaudits and more.
Well, there were mountains to overcome here in Austria, but those three managed to climb to the top. Well, Karun, how do you think they'll be feeling in the team garage at the end of that?
Well, it was a bit of a mixed bag here. Some things went their way, but others didn't. I think their main target now will be finding some consistency for sure.
And that's it for this weekend here in Austria.
It's one of our
For the
best
next
results
round,
of the
we're heading
season,
back
and we
to
need
the
to
heart
find
of the
consistency.
UK. Get ready for a race to remember in Silverstone, the cradle of Formula One.
So then, confirmation of the final result. It is win number 9 and a home Grand Prix victory at the Red Bull Ring there for Max Verstappen. Up 2 places to take the top spot ahead of Carlos Sainz. Norris getting himself onto the podium. Perez down 3 places to finish in 4th ahead of Charles Leclerc. And Daniel Ricciardo is in 6th and the first car to be lapped. Only 5 cars have stayed on the lead lap there, which is a lot. A lot of cars getting lapped. That Red Bull is just mighty at the moment. 7th for George Russell, ahead of Lewis Hamilton in 8th. Then Tsunoda up 9 places to take 9th. Stroll down 2 places, but does hang on for the final point for Aston Martin. And then in 11th place, it's going to do this weird thing here, isn't it? 11th place, we have Nico Hülkenberg. Piastri down 7 places after that very early collision. And that certainly hurt him. Down 2 laps and out of the points. Porsche managed to hang on for 13th place. Albon up 2 to finish in 14th. Lawson up 2 to finish in 15th. So a good result for us tonight. No points, unfortunately, but we've certainly achieved our sponsor objectives with plenty to spare. Gasly in 16th. It's 17th place for Fernando Alonso, who was also, a victim of poor form. That collision with Piastri in the opening laps, ruining his race as well. Zhou in 18th place, ahead of Valtteri. Ocon in 20th, Magnussen 21st, and Logan having a bit of a bad race and in the end retiring on the final turn. In the drivers' standings, it is 278 points now for Max. He picks up 34 points with another sprint win and another race win. He's won all 3 of the sprints now and 9 of the 11 races. Title is very much, going to go his way at this stage. I can't see anybody else even getting close on his current form. Sainz in 2nd place gets another podium. That's his 9th podium of the season. Still chasing that elusive first win, but 25 points across the race and the sprint puts him on 187 points. So he is 89 points behind Max Verstappen. Or is it 91 points? It's 91 points. Carlos is, as I say, comfortably second. He's only 6 points ahead of Lando, but he does stretch the gap actually by 5 points tonight. So still very, very tight between those two in the hunt for second place. Leclerc in 4th picks up 14 points, pulls away from Oscar, who only got 6 points this weekend from the sprint. Nothing in the Grand Prix itself. Perez having a better weekend, 15 points for him, but still considerably down on most of the cars that he's supposed to be fighting with. Beating Leclerc by just 1 point, and Oscar would probably have beaten him had he not had that collision with Alonso as well. Hamilton in 7th place, 4 points for him tonight. He's 3 points ahead of Yuki Tsunoda. George moves up into 9th place above Lance Stroll, and is 11 points behind Yuki and 5 points ahead of Lance. Moving further down, it's there we go. It is Fernando in 11th place on 25 points. Ricciardo 10 points back on 15 points in 12th. Still nobody else has scored. So it is Hülkenberg from Ocon Albon from Bottas. Porsche stays 17th. Lawson moves above Sargent into 18th place. And then it is Magnussen, Zhou, and Gasly still rooted to the very bottom there. Constructor standings look like this. Red Bull on 391 points, 49 points scored tonight. Ferrari keeping pace-ish. They lose 10 points tonight, so the gap does widen. That is now up to 54 points, but they have pulled out a 20-point gap now over McLaren, who scored 26 tonight in third place. Big gap again back to Mercedes in fourth. They're on 76 points. RB jumping Aston Martin by 6 points tonight to move into fifth place. And then it is Haas from Alpine, Williams, Sauber, and us at the bottom. In the pit stops, very quick stops for Red Bull tonight. First and third. McLaren second and eighth get some solid points there. Ferrari gets some points in fourth place with Leclerc. RB getting fifth with Ricciardo. Alpine getting sixth and ninth. 2 cars in the points for them. Williams will get some points as well with Albon in seventh, and Russell will get the final point in the standings. The best or the slowest stop in the top 10 was 2.499. Our stops not even close. So the standings look like this: 236 for Red Bull. They scored 40 points tonight and stretched their lead over McLaren a little bit further. Another 18 points extended there. That gap is now 48 points. Alpine in third on 129 points. Ferrari just 5 points behind them as they move past Aston Martin. RB in sixth are now just 8 points behind Aston as well. Big gap then to Williams, who pick up another 6 points tonight. That means they are now 10 points ahead of Sauber in eighth. Mercedes just the 1 point in ninth, puts them on 45 points. We're still 10th. Haas still 11th. But we do make 708,000 tonight. So we do get a nice little bit of cash, and that will hopefully be enough to maybe start a chassis or a side pod. Might have to buy some spare parts though. We shall see. We do get an overall performance increase for Théo Pourchaire, up to an 81 overall now. Isabella Cockram goes up to a 74. The spare front wing that was going to put us back up to 2 spares is now our only spare is done. I have 2.2 mil. Okay, so I need to build some parts, but hopefully I can get a new chassis or a new side pod done as well. Do I have any hours? I do not, because we've used them all already. So let's take a look at what kind of improvement I could find. That will give me a big old boost in speed, 0.55 kilometers. DRS will improve slightly. Medium and high speed will improve a little bit more. Acceleration won't really gain much, but you know, all helps. Let's look at doing that. Add a touch more engine cooling in. Our engine cooling is pretty bad. Yeah, we'll go with that. Actually, before we go ahead and confirm that, let me see what difference a side pod would make. Potentially a lot more. Oh yeah, we'll make more with one of these. Let's ease that cooling back a bit more. Let's do a side pod. Absolutely do a side pod. There we go. That'll cost us $1 million. So again, we're looking at Zandvoort to get those on the car, along with the underfloors that we've got going through at the moment as well. And now I can build some spare parts. So got 2 races to go. Let me see what needs to be replaced on the cars first of all. A chassis. Okay, so I no longer have a spare chassis. That's not good. And an underfloor. Okay. That side pod will break after Silverstone. So I'll potentially need to make another side pod. Car 1. That side pod's at medium risk. I'm going to need to build a side pod. And I'm going to need a chassis. I'd like to build a front wing as well. But let's build a side pod. And let's build a chassis. And now I've got about 200 grand left. Yeah, $205,000 left. Not quite enough for a front wing, but I haven't got the space to build a front wing anyway, so I'll just have to wait. Monthly car developments. Can't really trust those numbers at the moment because broken parts on other cars as well. Let's see. Our car struggled on the track given its DRS performance, and looking at the rest of the grid, our car also underperforms on everything else. British Grand Prix will need solid high-speed performance. Ours is one of the worst on the grid, no surprise there. In terms of strategy, we expected to finish in 21st, and our best finish was 13th, so we were way above target. Will the board recognise that or not? I don't know. Sauber has better high-speed performance than us. That's not good. We have a new winner in F2, I think. Maloney. Is that his first win of the season? Sure. Let's go back to where we were. Grand Prix. There we go. So, Maloney winning the sprint from Hajar and Antonelli. Behrman down in 7th place. Not a good sprint for him. And then Maloney winning the race as well. So an excellent weekend for Zane Maloney. Maximum points in terms of positions. Didn't get the fastest lap, but I don't know if they... No, they do get a point by the look of it. Kushmaini got the fastest lap. Antonelli in 7th. Behrman down in 9th. Let's have a look at the standings. There we go. So Antonelli is still top on 181 points, a long way ahead of Behrman actually, 49 points clear. Bortoletto in 3rd, Marti in 4th, his teammate Hajar moving up into 5th. Maloney up 2 places, big points for him tonight, 35 points, puts him just 1 behind Hajar, and he gets past Crawford and Miata. So big moves there. Kushmaini also gaining plenty of places, up 4 tonight. But yeah, Antonelli is starting to really run away with the championship this season in the F2 standings. Will we see him on the grid in place of Hamilton next season, I wonder? Right, what else do we have to look at? Post-race data. Scroll down. They see expect to finish 21st and 22nd. We've got 13th and 15th. No points, but you know, excellent performance given the state of our car. In terms of our affiliate driver, who I desperately want to get rid of but can't afford to fire, she gained 2 points in cornering and a point in adaptability. How about our main drivers? Pourchaire gained a point in cornering, a point in smoothness, and a point in accuracy. Just 1 point in adaptability for Lawson. It's a little disappointing. June in Formula 1, Red Bull have put a new front wing on their car. And now they're working on a new side pod. Ferrari say it could be going better, but they are where they expect it to be at this point in the season. Let me check in with the board. They were delighted with Spielberg. Excellent stuff. Excellent stuff. Really pleased with that. Right, I wish I could see a little bit more of a breakdown. In terms of recent finances, rather than just this kind of summary and then an annual breakdown. Right, let's get the pit crew training sorted out. So, a lot of fatigue going into the next event. Oh yeah, we're likely to make mistakes at Silverstone. And then I've got to get that fatigue down. Take that day off there. There we go. And then we'll get nicely rested going into Hungary. And then for Spa, I can put in a little bit of car building. Going nicely rested there. And then we start our summer break. So, let's put in a... away with that. Not quite. There we go. That's it for training. But for our month of July. Very busy month. 3 races and a lot of fatigue that we need to clear off. So, yeah, not great. The mentality hub, we do have a positive. Teo is feeling overall positive. Very happy with his personal situation there. Qualifying, driver standings, against his teammate performance. He's still happy with Barcelona, and there's 3 more things contributing as well. Very happy in terms of team performance with race results in qualifying and racing in recent races. Unhappy with the overall car performance, the level of staff that we have and the facilities. But yeah, he's overall positive, which means his stats... Oh, cancel. His stats should be looking pretty good right now. Yeah, there you can see his cornering is up to 88 because he's in that higher mentality bracket right now. Lawson's stats looking pretty good. If I could just get him into a better frame of mind, his stats would be improved as well. Didn't really have the best race, unfortunately. All right, so we are 3 days away from Silverstone. Advance time to that. There we go. And that is it for tonight. So, once again, no points for the team, but we did achieve sponsor targets in both the sprint and the Grand Prix. So I think we made a fair bit of cash tonight. I think we actually got paid for both results, which is really because we went from very little money to, actually no, maybe not, because that was the beginning of the month, wasn't it? So that was our board payment coming through. In that case, yeah, we only got paid the once. It's a shame. That's a shame that we don't get paid for both the sprint and the race as well, only for one. But we still don't know if failing a sprint means we don't get a payout in the race. At some point, I guess we'll find that out. I'll probably run a test on a different file just if I can figure that one out. It might just be bugged. I'll have to have a look into the known issues thread and see if I can figure out exactly what's going on with that. But yeah, no points, but a strong finish. We got our first delighted result, which is excellent news, especially considering we are just a couple of weeks away, just 3 weeks away, I think, 4 weeks away from our mid-season review. So timing on that is very, very good. How we're going to do at Silverstone, God only knows. It is very much a fast-flowing circuit, which is not going to be good for us at all. But we have been able to get another upgrade into development, which should hopefully give a nice little step forward on the car. Got a couple of spare parts into manufacturing as well. So we're in okay shape at the moment. We just need a little bit more impetus just to push on and try and get a couple of points. If we can score a couple of points, that could be the difference between finishing bottom and finishing middle of the pack at the end of the season, given the way that the season's been dominated by the top three teams running away with it, and then Mercedes, RB and Aston hoovering up all the remaining points. So yeah, there's 5 teams that still have yet to score, of which we are one of them. And maybe, just maybe, we could get the jump on the others if we are very, very lucky later in the season. It'll be interesting to see if we can do it. Even if we're not the first team or the only team to score points, as long as we can score points and a couple of other teams don't, that will be enough. We only need to finish in 9th to keep the board happy with the season objective, so fingers crossed. We'll be back tomorrow at the usual time of 8 PM for the British Grand Prix at Silverstone. Until then, that's it from me. Thanks for watching. I am Jim Bob, and I'll be back with more F1 Manager very soon.